Welcome back to another edition of Statistics in Sweatpants. Just sweats. I used to call it sweatpants, but then I didn't want to wear sweatpants, so I just called it sweats. Hi everyone. So this may or may not be your last video, because senior grades close really early. I will let you know when that time comes. There's a sneeze. Thank you. And there it is. Great. Cool. So I saved the scariest thing for last, and it's important that I saved it for last because you need to have an idea of combinations and permutations and all that stuff. So before I get started, I'm just going to show you the formula, and I don't want you to freak out. Please don't freak out. Please do not freak out, because I'm going to break it down for you, but it is a little overwhelming at first. So if you would like, you can pause the video and write this down. It's the probability of x equals r equals NCR, probability to the rth power, times 1 minus the probability of n minus r to the n minus r power. Yeah. It seems terrifying, but it really isn't that bad. So just listen to me here, okay? So, if you did your work last week, I'm sure you found a calculator that does this for you. Cake. This is the probability of, in this case, and for your assignment, it's going to be the probability of winning, and then this is going to be the probability of losing. So, for example, if I have a 1 out of 4 chance of winning, this is going to be a 3 out of 4 chance of losing. And then r and n minus r, this is going to be how many people we want to win and how many people would lose. I don't know if it's going to make a lot of sense right now, so let's just jump into an example. Cool. So let's say, and for the record, you can only use this when there's a binomial result. And binomial just means like yes or no, win, lose, one or the other. You can only use it when there's 2 options available, and in this case, it's going to be win and lose. Okay, so let's say you and 4 friends, so 5 people total, so you and 4 friends are entering a contest where you have a 1 out of 4 chance of winning. You want to find out the probability of exactly one of you winning. So it doesn't matter which one of you wins, but one of the 5 of you will win. And that's when this comes in handy. And we're going to fill this out. I'm actually going to rewrite it so we can go along. We're going to fill in what we know, and then the rest is just the calculator and multiplication. So I'm going to write the formula for you. And I wrote the formula out so I didn't have to do this, but I'm sorry about that. Right? 1 minus p. It's the n minus r. I hope you guys heard the, like, motorcycle? Motorbike. Little sad motorbike. I hope you heard it, because it was funny. Okay, so this is our formula here. Yeah, let's get not reflections in it. So we want exactly 1 winner. So this r is going to be 1. So anytime I see r, I'm going to put in a 1. Great. So all I did was I plugged in what I know. I know that r is 1 because we want exactly 1 winner. Great. So this n here, n is going to represent the total number of people that are entering said contest. And in this case, it's 5. So I'm going to erase my n's and put in a 5. And we'll simplify in a little bit. Great. Cool. So there's 5 people, I'm choosing one winner, and now I need to find the probability of winning. Well, guess what, friends? I told you the probability of winning is 1 out of 4. So I can keep it 1 out of 4, that's fine. But to make the calculation easier, I'm going to figure out what decimal 1 out of 4 is. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 4, and I get 0.25. Can you see that that's a point? You can kind of see that's a point. Let me make it. Yeah, 0.25. So there's 1 or 2 ways of filling out this last part here. You can really do 1 minus 0.25, and you're going to get 0.75. Or you can ask yourself, all right, well, if I have a 1 out of 4 chance of winning, what probability do I have of losing? So if it's 1 out of 4 winning, it's a 3 out of 4 of losing. Easy peasy. You get 0.75 either way. Great. And now we're here. What's 5 minus 1? 4. So we've just filled in everything we know, right? And I'm going to reread the question so that you can see this, and then make that connection. You and 4 friends, so 5 people total, are entering a contest where you have a 1 out of 4 chance of winning. What's 5? What is the probability that exactly one of you will win? That's how we got all this. So if you look at it, 5 people, 1 winner. The chances of winning for the 1 winner, the chances of losing for the remaining 4 losers. No offense. But they lost, so they're losers. And then you just calculate, right? So what I've noticed is that this calculator, when you type in something that is a very, 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 very small decimal, it's going to give you that E thing. And I know it's going to happen on your worksheet. So this will give you E. This will not give you an E. So if you want to use there's so many emails. If you want to use your phone to do the decimal part, like the decimal to a power, I would recommend it because that way you're not dealing with like E, which is just a fancy way of giving you scientific notation. So I'm going to use this mostly. What I'm also going to use is I'm going to use that calculator I found last week to calculate this for me. So 5 combination 1 is 5. Right? So just that. Now I need to do 0.25 to the first power. And anything to the first power is itself. And then last but not least, I need to do 3/4 or 0.75 to the 4th power. And I rounded it a little bit here. And I got 0.316. So once you get this value, and this value, you just multiply. I'm going to multiply it. I'm going to get 0.395. And you can leave it at that. And that's great and awesome and wonderful. And that's totally okay. Or if you want to be fancy pants, you can change it to a percentage. I remember just to change it to a percentage, we multiply it by 100, or essentially we grab this decimal point and we swoosh it twice, and we'll get 39.5%. So you have a 39.5% chance of at least one of you winning this 1 out of 4 contest. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, awesome. The PowerPoint that I posted has a different scenario, and I hope that helps. But we're going to stick with this scenario now. We're going to stick with the you and 4 friends, 1 out of 4 chance of winning, 3 out of 4 chance of losing, and we're going to continue, okay? So instead of asking it in full words, I might just ask you a question, and I do ask you a question, like this. I'll give you the scenario, and then I'm going to say this, find it. And what this means is find the probability that there are exactly 3 winners. So let's fill out everything we know. All right, we know there's 5 people, and we're choosing 3 winners. We know the chances of winning is 0.25, and 3 people are going to win. We know the chances of losing are 0.75, and we know 2 people are going to lose. So these exponents need to add up to n. If they don't add up to n, you did something wrong. So the 3 will always be here. And then 5 minus 3, 2. Done. And then from here, you just calculate. You're going to use your handy-dandy combination calculator. You're going to find out that 5 combination 3 is 10. I'm going to do 0.25 to the 3rd power, and I'm going to get 0.015-ish because I round, and that's okay if you round. And then I'm going to do 0.75, which is 3/4, to the 2nd power, and I get 0.562, and again I rounded, no big deal. But once you get your 3, you just multiply. It is that simple. So I rounded, so my answer is actually slightly off from if you like searched this question up online and got the exact specific answer. So my answer is 0.0843, but if you did not round it all, you would actually get 0.0878. So this is without rounding. This is with rounding. And this is why I tell you, I do not care if you round or not. Because they're so darn close. They're 0.003 away, approximately. That's nothing. That's nothing. So if I were to write these both, and remember this is rounding. This is what you get with this one. That's rounding. This is not rounding. So let's just put them as percentages. So as percentages, this is the I rounded answer. This is the I did not round answer. And they're both correct. Great. Cool. So the last example I want to go over is I want to show you why I'm telling you to use this. Because if you don't, sometimes it gets really messy. And luckily I have a calculator here that will show us that. So I'm going to ask you, what's the probability of all 5 of you winning? How likely is that to happen? All 5 of you win. So we're going to say P, X equals 5. 5 of you. I'm choosing 5 winners. So that means the probability of winning is still 0.25, but it's 0.25 for all 5 of you. And it's 0.75 for 0 of you, because none of you lose. Right? So all 5 of you win, 0 of you lose. And we're going to get values for each. So 5 combination 5 is actually just 1. And anything to the 0th power is 1, not 0. Please don't say 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1. And then I just need to find 0.25 to the 5th power. And this is why your your iPhone is really, really helpful. So if you can see here, let me clear it all out so you're not getting confused. So I need to do 0.25 to the 5th power. And it gives me that E at the end. And I hope you can see that. But what your iPhone does is it gives you the number that is more tangible. So I'm going to do 0.25. I'm going to slide my phone to the side. There's the X to the Y button. I'm going to put 5. And I'm going to get 0.000976. And I rounded that to that exactly, actually. 0.000976. And at this point, you don't even need to multiply, right? You don't even need to multiply because it's 1 times this times itself, which is just that. And if we wanted to be fancy pants and make it into a percentage, we're going to drag that decimal point. So you have less than a 1% chance of winning. You have a 0.0976% chance of all of you winning. So it's very, very, very unlikely. Still not impossible. So I just want you guys to use that skill. Apply it to the worksheet. Apply it to the quiz. The quiz is a combination of the past 2 weeks because I didn't just want to give you, like, if the worksheet was all on binomial theorem, I didn't want to give you a quiz on just that. So I hope that helped. Again, just let me know if you need some help. Email me, set up a Google Meet, ask me questions. I'm here for you. Take care, guys. Stay safe.